been a while. It certainly has been a while since I've done my last video, but I have been busy, very busy. I've been busy with the branding irons and been busy with all the maker discs or maker mark coins, whatever you want to call them. I've also, it's been on my Instagram, added the new laser, new CO2, and I've just done the extraction out there. There's the fibre. The fibre's had a little change, which is the extraction. It's not fully set up yet, but the extraction is at the minute. It's running into a little, I think that's a tumble dryer container. What you put a tumble dryer, you can run a tumble dryer into. I've sealed up all the slots on the top with perspex, just so the brass, dust, etc. doesn't get out. So it's been a few changes, been busy with that. But what I thought we'd do in this video is a little random project. So printed this is off Thingiverse. It's just a drill guide for 90 degrees and 45 degrees. I'm going to use that in this project. And then we've got, this one's been cleaned up already. Might give it a little bit more of a clean up. Got these old bullet blank shells. I'm going to give that a clean up, get those two looking shiny. And what we're going to do is make a coat hanger to hang on the wall. And it is going to be army themed. So I have got this piece of sapele here. I've already just given it a quick sand up to 240 grit. That's just where it was sitting on the bench where I was sanding it. So that's already been sanded up to 240 grit. And then what I have done is created a file, and I'm going to laser a design that I've created onto this piece of wood. And then we're going to use this drill guide just as a test, just why not. And I'm going to put these bullets in at 45 degrees to hang coats off of. So let's have a look at the design. So here it is in laser cut 5.3. This is the design I come up with. We have the Apache helicopter in the centre there, with tank either side, and then basically where the gaps are between the Apache and the Union Jack, that's where I'm going to put the bullets. You can have a bullet here in this gap and a bullet here in this gap. They're going to be pointing up. That's what the coats are going to hang off of. So I'm going to laser that using the CO2 laser. I'm going to laser this design onto the sapele wood, and we'll see. We'll set that up, see how that comes out. So what we've got this now placed in here at the top. I've also, it's hard with this because I do need to replace these gash struts. They are worn out. You've got your focus gauge. So on here, this one's actually got a motorized bed. So if we come out of here, we can just move this over onto the wood. Apologies for my hands. So that's about right. That's about right. But the Z bed is actually motorized, so you can move that up and down on the controls. That's about right for the focus adjustment. So we've got that in there. Just see down the bottom there, it's going to be the Union Jack starting. Should be the other one over there. Been working on these large maker mark discs, 110mm stainless, 2mm thick. You would have seen them on my Instagram if you've been looking at that. Putting all different makers' logos on them. I call them a sort of photo watermark disc because you can do, you can sort of just go BAM! stick that in there. Nobody can pinch this video. There's the name. Put it behind your pictures when you're taking pictures. 2mm stainless, look at that. Polish it, scratch it, do what you like, it ain't coming off. Get yourself one of them, get in touch. The video cut off before I could show you taking it out of the machine, but I have now run over this with 240 grit orbital sander just to clean up the surface. There's a couple of places, like just in here, could be a little bit darker, but generally pretty happy with it. The tanks have come out really nice, really happy with how they've come out. Drill these holes, drill these ones here. They're 5mm diameter screws. I'm going to go with the long heavy duty brown raw plugs, because if you're like me, if people are like me, I always overload my coat hanger with too much weight, so I'm going to put them on there. And then I was originally going to using my 3D printed router jigs for the router table. I normally use these to put a nice radius in the corners. This is what I was thinking of using, just the radius off the corners to make it look a bit tidier. But I decided I'd quickly pencil on there just to make sure it was going to look alright. And you can just see that I'm not happy with that. I don't like that. That'll cut too close to the Union Jack there, so I'm going to forget that. I'm just going to round over the edges lightly with the orbital sander. So I'm just going to use that to lightly round over it. So we're going to drill these ones first, and then we're going to drill these. They nicely line up now with this, and take this to the pillar drill. So here's the mess over at the pillar drill. What we've got to do is we need the counter bore, and we need the drill hole for the screw. So we're going to do the counter bore first, because the counter bore then is going to leave a nice point at the bottom to follow through with the drill bit. If we went the drill bit first, then the counter bore, we got no guarantee we're going to get that counter bore on center. What I've also got to do is, I said I was going to take these 2 bullets and I was going to use these as screw covers to go in the counter bore. So what I've done is, if you can see the pencil mark is to depth with the counter bore, so I'm going to go full depth with that counter bore there, which should then, we're going to cut these, pencil mark there, I'm going to cut these off at that pencil mark. They should then just push into there. This is the closest I've got is a 12, and these are 12, so I might have to just get a little bit of sandpaper and just slightly tinker with it, but that's the plan, so let's do that. So as you can see, now we counterbored it. If we get this in focus, you've still got that little dimple in the middle there, which is what will come down and follow with the drill bit. It was a 5mm screw, so I've gone 5.5mm with the drill bit, just to give us a little bit of clearance and allow for a little tiny bit of error if your raw plugs aren't dead center when you drill them in the wall. So let's get these holes in there. So 2 holes drilled, got them, got the counter bores, just now checking the bullets. Now there's plenty of room in there. Right, let's cut these off. I'm actually just going to cut this off in the vise with a hacksaw, so here's my starting line. Just going to cut these 2 off now. So there's 1 cut off, that's what it will look like in the hole. Might just need to just linish where it's cut a bit, but It's going to sit in there roughly like that, just to cover up the screws. Come through at the end manually, follow the angle. Right, there we go. Right, so here's where we're at. Counterboard in the 10. What I also came to notice, obviously I said about filling these with resin and drilling them and then tapping them. These are large, the brown large raw plugs. They're pretty much a perfect fit when you push them in there. And that should expand and pull against the outer part of the bullet. In fact, it doesn't want to come out now, so I think if we put these brown raw plugs inside the bullets, so I've got a couple of these, if we put these in here, this one needs a bit of a push because he's got a little dent damage. We can screw into them and that should hold. I've just ran around the edges with 120 grit and then 240 grit sandpaper just to knock off these outer edges, and I've also done it the same on the corners. Also, of course, added a 30mm smelly cat maker marked disc in there. If you want to make a marked disc like this for you with your logo on, get in touch. I do these. Take orders for these. I do 20mm, 30mm and 40mm in stainless steel plus 25mm in brass. So what I'm going to do with this now is, it's a beautiful day outside, I'm going to give this a clear lacquer finish. Like I say, it could have done with a bit more black in there, but once it's got some clear lack on it, that should look good. And then we can screw these bullets in. They'll fit in there. Screw them in from the back and we're pretty much good to go. So let's get some clear lacquer on this thing. Sun is shining, absolutely beautiful day. So given the I use these Cobra paints a lot, so given this a good shake up, I'm just going to get a nice even coat on there. Go around the edges. Then what I'll do is I'll leave this to dry. I'll come back in a bit, add a few more coats, build up a nice layer on there. That should look nice. Give it a nice shine. So I'll leave that dry for a bit, come back, add some more layers. So there it is, we've got a nice shine on it from the clear lacquer. I did the back as well, I almost forgot, but clear lacquered the back as well. So that's the lacquer on. Now all we need to do is screw the bullets in. So screw those in and we are almost done. So we're going to use these screws here. We've got the raw plug, the brown raw plugs in there. So put that into place. I'm going to bring the screw up from the back. I'm going to cheat and be lazy and use my impact driver. Hold the screw. There it is. Just get the next one. Screw from the back. hold the bullet, nip it up. There it is. So there's the 2 bullets. And then what we'll have to do is, when it goes on the wall, here's our 2 long screws. So our 2 long screws are just going to go through there, stick out the back, drill and fix the brown raw plugs into the wall. So if we just leave these long screws in place here, we'll just leave the raw plugs on the back just so it's ready for installation. And then we've got the little bullet caps that are just going to go over the top there, slightly protrude to cover up the screws. So that is going to be it finished there. And I'll probably just use a bit of blue tack or some glue just to hold these bullet ends in place once it's screwed up to the wall. But there you go. That is the army themed coat rack. A disc on the back there, our Apache helicopter and our tanks, along with our Union Jacks, so we can hang our coats off these bullets. Hope you like the video. Please make sure you check out Instagram, Facebook page, and the website is almost finished. I say almost finished, but I'm currently working on it because I realise I need a website as well as just social media. If you want to place a custom order or you want to buy anything, then please just get in touch, and hope you like the video.